Your doctor looked at your scans, looked at your blood work, looked at you, and said, "You need this procedure." Not eventually, not when it's convenient, now. You left that appointment believing something was about to happen, that the system would move, that the person who spent a decade in medical school and examined your body just told you what you needed, and the next step was getting it. Then the call came. Not from your doctor, from your insurance company. The procedure was denied. Not delayed, not modified, denied. Not because it wasn't necessary, not because there was a better option, because someone who has never met you, never seen your chart, never examined your body, looked at a screen, applied a set of criteria you have never been shown, and decided, no. That word, denied, is not a medical conclusion. It is a financial decision, made by a company that profits when your claim is not paid. And it is happening to millions of Americans every single year. Not in the margins, at the center of the system. Let me show you what this machine actually is. It's called prior authorization. Before your insurance company will pay for certain procedures, medications, imaging, or specialist visits, they require your doctor to submit a request, paperwork proving the treatment is medically necessary. The insurance company reviews it, and then decides whether to approve or deny. That sounds reasonable. A safeguard, a way to prevent waste. That is what it was designed to sound like. But look at what it actually does. In 2024, Medicare Advantage insurers processed over 50 million prior authorization requests. They denied millions of them. The KFF, one of the most respected health policy research institutions in the country, analyzed those denials and found something that should stop you cold. 80% of the denials that were appealed were overturned. 80%. The insurance company said no. The patient or doctor pushed back. And 4 out of 5 times, the insurance company reversed its own decision. The treatment was necessary. The denial was wrong. It was wrong 80% of the time. Now sit with that. If a doctor misdiagnosed 80% of their patients, they would lose their license. If a bank wrongly rejected 80% of qualified loan applicants, regulators would shut them down. But when an insurance company wrongly denies 80% of the medical care it's challenged on, the system continues. Nobody is fined, nobody is fired. The machine keeps running. And here is the part that makes you vulnerable. Only 11% of denied requests are ever appealed. 11. That means for every 10 people who are told no, 9 accept it. 9 people walk away from medical care their doctor ordered because the insurance company's letter was confusing enough, intimidating enough, and exhausting enough to make fighting back feel impossible. The KFF found that half of insured adults who received a denial said they found the process difficult to understand. And you have to wonder, is the process difficult because insurance is complex? Or is it difficult because the difficulty is the strategy? If 80% of appeals succeed, but only 11% of people appeal, the insurance company wins 89% of the time by doing nothing but saying no first. Think about what kind of business model that is. The denial is not a mistake. The denial is the product. It is a filter designed to separate the people who will fight from the people who won't. And most people won't. Not because they're weak, because they're sick, because they're scared, because they're in pain, because they have a job and a family and a body that is failing them, and the last thing they have energy for is a bureaucratic war with a company that already has their monthly premium and has no intention of making this easy. The American Medical Association surveyed thousands of physicians about this. 94% said prior authorization delays necessary patient care. 94. 1 in 5 physicians, 19%, reported that prior authorization delays directly caused a patient to be hospitalized. Not inconvenienced, hospitalized. 13% reported life-threatening events. Physicians spend an average of 12 hours per week, 12, on prior authorization paperwork. That is 12 hours not spent with patients, not spent diagnosing, not spent treating, spent filling out forms to convince an insurance company to let them do what they were trained to do. And the criteria the insurance company uses to say yes or no? You've never seen it. Your doctor may not have seen it either. It's proprietary, confidential. The insurance company built its own clinical standards, often narrower and more restrictive than published medical guidelines, and applied them to your body without telling you what they are or how they were developed. You are being judged against a rubric that is hidden from you. And when you fail that rubric, The consequence is not a bad grade. It is delayed surgery. It is a medication you can't start. It is pain that continues because a company decided their criteria mattered more than your doctor's judgment. Here is what changed recently, and what didn't. Starting in 2026, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services will require insurers to publicly report their denial rates, processing times, and appeal outcomes for the first time. That is new. That is significant. For the first time, you will be able to see which insurance companies deny the most and overturn the most before you choose your plan. That information was always hidden. It won't be hidden anymore. But the prior authorization system itself? Still in place. Still functioning exactly as described. Still denying claims that are statistically likely to be approved on appeal. Still counting on you not to fight back. So here's what you need to understand. Not someday, right now. If your insurance company denies a prior authorization, that denial is the beginning of the process, not the end. The odds are overwhelmingly in your favor if you appeal. 80%. Those are not hopeful odds. Those are near certainties. Call your doctor's office first. Ask to speak to whoever handles prior authorization appeals. In many cases, they're already working on it. They know the language. They know the system. They can request a peer-to-peer review, a direct conversation between your doctor and the insurance company's medical reviewer. That single step overturns more than half of denials on its own. No lawyer, no paperwork from you. One phone call between two doctors. If the internal appeal fails, you have the right to an external review, an independent third party who examines your case outside the insurance company entirely. That is federal law under the Affordable Care Act. The insurance company cannot block it. Your state health insurance assistance program, SHIP, offers free counseling. They will help you file. They will help you understand the letter. They will tell you what your rights are in your specific state. This service exists. It is free. Almost nobody knows about it. And if your situation is urgent, if delaying care puts your health at risk, you can request an expedited appeal. By law, the insurance company must respond within 72 hours. Not weeks, 3 days. That right is already yours. You went to a doctor. The doctor examined you. The doctor said you need care. The insurance company, without examining you, without meeting you, without knowing your name, said no. And the data, exposed by KFF, by the AMA, by the federal government itself, shows that the no was probably wrong. The system is counting on you to accept the denial and walk away. That is how it survives. 80% of the time, all you have to do is not walk away.